Hello and welcome to Deepwater Outdoors. My name is John, and on this episode today we're headed out to central Ontario into the forests of Crown Land to see if we can scout out some turkeys for the upcoming season. Today we do some hiking, some camping, and see if we can find a gobbler. So grab a coffee, grab a snack, and enjoy the show. So first good sign for what we're doing. Don't know if you can see that or not, but that was three, it looks like three hens. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to mark the spot on iHunter just so I know that I saw them. So it's super important when you're coming into your spot to just go slow, take your time, look into the forest, watch the road just to see if there is any signs of wildlife. This area here, so what I'm doing is I'm just watching. There's a bunch of like logging roads and ATV trails, and the forest is still pretty clear. There's not a lot of growth yet. Watching between the trees and seeing if you can spot anything as you go by. Unfortunately, that spot where those turkeys were, I just checked on the map. That is private land. So unfortunately, they're off limits there. But that's all right. Maybe we'll see something in our spot. We've made it to the first spot we're going to check out here. I'm just going to grab some gear and grab the day pack, and we'll wander into the forest. The spot where we're at right now, it looks like it's an abandoned ATV trail. It's pretty under-maintained. Yeah, we'll load up our gear and then we'll wander in and see what we can find. I got like 4 or 5 spots I want to check out. But this was one of the more promising looking spots that I saw. All right, let's head in here and see what we can find. The spot that I'm interested in is pretty close to the road here. It's about 2 kilometers in. And we did bring the shotgun today. There's bears up in this area. As much as I do trust the bear spray to do its job, I would like to range between me and a bear if I had to, before having to rely on the bear spray point blank. All right, so there's definitely a hen over here. I can hear it clucking. I haven't heard any gobbles yet though, and I can hear it beating too. So I'm assuming there might be a male in there. There's a pond off to my right hand side that we're going to try and get around, but the only way to get around it is on this ATV trail. That's where it sounds like those birds are. Don't see any tracks or anything though. You can definitely tell it's springtime. The bugs are making their way out, the mosquitoes and the black flies. They're not vicious yet, but all right, so we just came across, there's a bit of a vantage point up here where I can see down into this valley right here. There's a pond right here that runs this way, and you can see down in here as well. So I'm gonna sit here for a minute, do a couple of calls, and just listen, see what we can see if we can hear anything. All right, so my last call that I just did, we did get a call back, but it was a hen. I think that's a turkey that's calling right now. But again, it's a yelp. It's not there's like yelps and like little chirps. I'm still just gonna sit here for a little bit longer and see if anything wanders through. We're gonna keep moving, see if we can get around this pond. All the commotion I'm hearing is on the other side of the pond, and this area's got a ton of water lately. The pond is really full of water, so I'm assuming they don't want to cross the pond. So I'm gonna go further this way, see if I can get an eye on them at least. A bear has scratched this tree maybe. Looks like it's a real old mark. But you can see there's four marks. That's kind of cool. It's a real old mark though. Tell we're getting into an older growth of the forest. It's trees are a lot bigger. It's a lot of softwood too now. A lot of pine and cedar. But if the map is right, there should be a big clearing up here. Well, we found the clearing. No signs of anything though. clearing is a woodpecker. I thought for sure this is the clearing I wanted to check because I figured they would have been strutting around in here, but could also just be the wrong time of day. So if we head further south down this clearing, it should overlook that pond we saw earlier, and maybe we will hear some signs of life again. It's cool, this big clearing here. It's just where the Canadian Shields come up, and it's just really pushed the all like the trees and the foliage around it out because the soil doesn't have any nutrients in it because it's all rock. It's almost kind of eerie though because the trees are all dead. Yeah, it's weird, all these rocks, it's just like a big boulder field. It makes you wonder how long these rocks have been sitting here. They've been here since the glaciers receded, and that's where they rested. There's some giant rocks though scattered throughout this. It's pretty cool. It's like a pretty good sized pile of moose scat here, but I wouldn't say it's today, but I would say in the last little while. This is some pretty moosey territory. Oh yeah, here's more here. It's older though. I don't see any moose tracks though. We're going to start heading back the other way. I just wandered a little bit further down along that pond down there, but there's no access. It's all flooded out. This whole area got hammered with rain and snow. So a lot of these small trails, you'd usually be able to just jump across some stones. They've got like 3 or 4 feet of water in them. This is interesting here. You can see there used to be a tree here. All the roots are there, but the tree's gone. Weird. But yeah, no signs of life up here. The only thing that I've seen is a falcon. We're just going to continue making our way back. We're going to head to spot number 2, which I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it or not. When I went to it last week, it was still, the trail getting in was still full of water. But you miss every shot you don't take. Well, I definitely should have marked the trail because I'm currently wandering through the forest trying to find it using a GPS waypoint that I don't think marked properly. Well, I might have just found it here, maybe. I will eventually run into it because it runs east and west and I'm headed south and I should eventually run into it here. Good news, I didn't find the trail. I found this drum that was sitting here when we walked by it. Little landmark to find my way back. That's the problem if you walk on an old ATV trail. I should have marked it when I popped into the clearing, but you live and learn. See, it's not much of a trail. Just kind of a clearing in the trees. Let's get loaded up and move on. Oh, I'll tell you what, geez, hot out. Hard to get in here, the truck's all sideways on this hill. Spot number 1 definitely had some good signs with hearing the hens and all that stuff, but no like actual eyeball sightings of them. And there's very little, like there's no footprints at all through there. There were some marks of like scratches and pecking, but not exactly what we're looking for. So let's go down to this next spot. There's definitely time for a snack. So we got trail mix. Oh, it's so nice having the truck. You can have actual like water. Not have to drink it in the life straw the entire time. Oh. Oh, the truck definitely has something broken on it. I can hear it really rattling. I don't know if it's the step to get into the truck or if it's a suspension component, but something is definitely broken. Oh. Yeah, this definitely could work as a camp spot. There's already a little fire pit here too. A little bit of coyote scat to keep your eyes peeled at night. Oh, stepped in a hole. Yeah, this doesn't look bad. We'll check out the other spots here too, and then that'll kind of be our decision. Good news is we just got to the spot. I just did a call because I thought I heard some clucking in the forest. As soon as I did the call, got an instant gobble back. So I wander in there. The only thing that concerns me is this trail goes across a creek, and I can hear the creek from the road. So I think it's going to be pretty wet down there. But let's see how far we can get in, anyways. Sounds like there's another one up here. As I'm walking through here, I can hear one thumping. This trail actually came down when I was rabbit hunting. This is exactly what I was worried about. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get across it. I might be able to. There's a pretty big rock down here. I'm just taking a look in the mud here just to see. There's no footprints at all. Need to go further down and see if there's a better spot to get across. Well, we made it across. I can still hear one calling, but it's pretty far out. I do have a good feeling about this spot. There's a lot more old growth up here, a lot bigger trees. A few trees with some pretty good roosting spots, but I'm also not hearing anything. I'm not seeing any signs though. I hear a grouse beating, that's about it. It's total dead air. Trying to sneak up on this creek just to see if this is maybe where they're hanging out, because almost every time I've heard them today, they've been by water. The visibility is so poor though, you can't see. Let's try and get back across this thing. Here we go. Yippee. Nothing. Even our last spot was more productive than that. No signs of life or nothing there. So let's hop in the truck here and reevaluate quick. Well, that spot definitely had zero signs of life, other than the few clucks that I got, but they definitely moved on quick. You know, like I've only had like the one gobble. Well, I had one gobble in like this spot here, but like nothing like consistent. So I think we're gonna take a bit of a cruise around and take a look at the map and kind of see what other options there are. I'm gonna go down to that other spot and poke my head in there and see where we saw that hen earlier on the public land. We're gonna head down there and see what's up down there too. I'll tell you what though, it's warm out for the middle of April. I think I can say it's probably 19, 20 degrees Celsius right now. It's definitely a little spicy. Okay, we're at another spot. Just got followed by a local on an ATV for like 15, 20 minutes, which was pretty cool. All because I went down a side road that I thought was different. Well, it was a side road, it was a fire route, but I guess he felt like he owned the road. So yeah, when I was turning around, he asked me what I was doing. I told him I was scouting for turkeys for turkey season. He said, "There's no turkeys here." I'm like, all right, man. Turned around and he followed me for 15 minutes, 20 minutes down the road. It's pretty cool. But we're at another spot. So I'm gonna get all geared up and we're gonna wander back into the forest. Now there is no trail here, so we're straight up just gonna wander in. This is where I've seen the other turkeys that I saw today. This was the direction they wandered in, crossing the road. So we're gonna see if we can see or hear anything. This spot here will probably be here for a while. Well, the sun is going down. Doing a couple of different calls just to see if there's a couple of really good roosting trees here. So I've been here calling, but there's been no movement or anything at this spot. So I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna walk the road with a call as the sun starts to go down and see if we can catch one of them roosting. That's my game plan anyways. Could be dumb, I don't know. But I've been here for a while, there's no sign of life. Hopefully once the sun starts going down a little bit more, we can call some out that are getting up into roost. Would be ideal. There's some like great looking trees here for like one like this. A big tree has pretty wide branches up top, parallel to the ground. There's one that's just a little bit over there that I looked at as well. It had a couple of feathers underneath it, which I didn't think that one looked as promising, but who knows, right? Could have just been a turkey going by the tree and shed some feathers. Just surprised we haven't heard more gobbles or even seen more signs. With the amount of turkeys we've seen, like we've seen 5 or 6 today. So we're gonna bulldoze our way through. Get onto the snow. And onto the road. I'm gonna drive over to our camp spot before we start walking the road. That way we're there and ready to go. What I'm doing here, use a lint roller that's sticky. Oh, if there is any small ticks on you, you can get them off. Pro tip. Good thing we're camping here, because I just realized I forgot my tripod in the forest. Pretty sure it's just inside the path here. I see it. I left it there actually because I figured no one was going to be down this trail. Good thing, because I forgot it and it probably would have been gone eventually. Tent is all set up. We're going to go for our stroll here and see if we can hear any gobbles. So we got 7 o'clock. It's an hour to sunset. The reason I'm using the box call is I want to get as much range out of it as I can. Let's keep on moving on. Yeah, see in here there's a lot of older trees, but they're not, their branches aren't like parallel. There's a big one there. Let's see once we get down to the swampy area. This hill is gonna suck to walk up. I'll tell you that for free. We've arrived at this swampland, marshy area. I had good hopes or high hopes for this spot because a lot of the turkeys we did see today were around water. And this spot does have a couple of good-sized trees with some parallel branches. Nada. Okay guys, let's get some dinner going. Got all of our electronics plugged in that we need plugged in. I think I'm just gonna cook a quick camp meal. Give me one of the freeze-dried ones. And then I'm gonna crawl to bed. Let's get that going, I'm starving. Tonight on the menu, we've got Happy Yak Express. This is gonna be a chili fiesta tonight. After I have this chili fiesta, I'm gonna go have a siesta. We gotta be up early in the morning, but it looks good. I think it's just chili and rice, to be honest with you. But I'm starving, so that's all that's gonna matter. I can't wait to get it into me. All right, here we go. We're gonna lose her. It kind of just looks like Rice Krispies at the moment, and beans. All right, here we go. This is the moment of truth. That's what it looks like inside. It just looks like beans and mush. It smells good, but is it good? That's the question. It's hot. Oh. It's not my favorite thing in the world. It's yeah, it's essentially just like chili ingredients. It doesn't have enough like sauce to it. I will say that filled me up. Would I 100% get it again? Not likely. Just realized I don't think I brought my pillow. Well, we're all tucked in. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully bring some turkeys. Hopefully we can find a spot. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you in the morning. Nighty night. Good morning. It's like 5:15, 5:20. It's definitely chilly out. There's frost on the inside of the tent. Oh, we're gonna get up. Start walking around and see if we can get something to gobble. Well, good news is that I just set the alarm on the truck and just got a gobble in the forest right here. which is cool. So I'm going to, I think, wander down this path, see if I can spot him in a tree. All right, we're gonna see if we can get him to gobble here. Nice. The only thing I don't know if he's still on the ground or not, or if he's up in the tree still. It's pretty light out now, so there's a good chance that he's on the ground. Now we're gonna try and simulate us coming to him, because that's what usually happens this time of day. Just gonna see if we can lay eyes on him. He's gobbling pretty heavy right now. He's definitely across the creek. Oh yeah, he's gobbling hard. There's no gobble back that time, so hopefully he didn't get a hen. Oh no, he's close. Alright, so this gobbler's moved further up here. It's a bit of a hill here, so I think he's just on the other side of the hill. I'm hoping just to get eyes on him. I don't want to call him in too close and spook him away. But he's definitely wandered further up here. I can hear him thumping too. Oh, I see him. I did see him anyways. There he is there. Yeah, I don't know where he went. I just saw him there for a brief second. He had fanned out. I'm almost wondering if he saw me. Which, like, I'm not really trying to hide myself, but I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to move back out towards the campsite and leave him be. I just don't want to spook him more and push him off the spot. But he was probably about 80 or 90 yards straight ahead. I caught eyes on him for just a second, and I watched him fan out, and then he disappeared. He was right in behind these set of trees here. I tried to get a video of him, but I couldn't. He disappeared before I could get him. Yeah, he's way up this way now. We're gonna move on because he's moved further up the hill there now. And I think I got a good idea on where he's most likely roosting. I think it's in this area, because when I had come up, the sun's just coming over the horizon here now. So if I had to guess, he's probably roosting in this area. Well, we're back at the truck. Yeah, that was crazy. So as I was walking out, he gobbled one more time, but he was up and over that hill. So at the time that I got back there, I'm going to assume he'd only been on the ground for probably 10 or 15 minutes. So it was still fairly dark, and the sun didn't come up for 30 minutes after that. So I'm going to assume he's roosting right in this area, which is really cool. So we will, I'm going to wander down the road, do a couple more calls, see if I can get a couple of gobbles first thing here. Kind of give myself a couple of options that if this spot doesn't pan out this week, then I've got another spot to check out. Oh, that sun feels a lot better now that it's out. It's not nearly as chilly out. Got a good sized hill here. Let's see if we can get a call back. Nope. Cool. Let's keep walking then. This looks like a pretty high traffic area too. Spot might be a dud. I just picked the first tick of the season off me, so that was pretty cool. It wasn't latched, it was just crawling. It was a little deer tick. Still got a little bit more time to get them before they really go quiet. Pretty sure there was a gobble across the lake. That's pretty far away. It was very faint. Yeah, we've walked about another 15 minutes down this trail. Still no signs. There's a couple of trees in here that look good. The only thing that's out here though is just songbirds. So I think it's time we start making our way back. I think we're gonna head back to the truck. I think we've timed out on today for morning gobbles. So we had a really solid morning this morning, which was awesome because after yesterday afternoon I was questioning it a little bit, but I'm glad we got that gobble this morning. It kind of, actually we got eyes on them, which is awesome. But we're gonna head back to the truck and get ready to get rolling. Oh, we made it. All right, guys, we've made it back to the truck, and that is it for this episode. I want to thank you for joining me today. It was awesome getting to hear those gobblers and getting to lock eyes on one too. That was a great step into trying to get my first turkey. So we'll be back next week to see if we can actually shoot them. Thanks for watching. And again, if you did like this episode, make sure you like and follow, subscribe, all the usual stuff, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again.